All right, Tyler, thank you so much for joining and for making the time for this conversation. This is the very first Bracket Mentor interview that I am doing, so you should feel honored, sir.
It's a privilege. Thanks for inviting me.
Uh, so thank you for making the time. As I told you, off camera, the purpose of this conversation is really to obviously get to know you better and also to really inform people that perhaps would like to do something similar to what you're doing today professionally, perhaps get better informed of what it is to, I guess, work more in sales as opposed to an hourly, type of job, a more traditional job. I know I'm interested, so I can't be the only one here. So, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, of course, Tyler, we spoke a little bit about your role that's more on the sales world, but can you tell me a little bit more about, I guess, the company you work for, or if you can't talk about the company, just more like the type of, I guess, position or role that you play in that company?
Yeah, so I'm basically a sales rep for largest window manufacturer in the country. So I basically do, yes, it is the largest, correct. So I do in-home sales. So I have a sample window. I go into people's houses and kind of show them the product, measure their windows, give them an estimate, and do paperwork with them. So pretty much sales is what I do.
Okay. How do you, I mean, again, I might be asking silly questions, but because I know very little of sales, I'm going to ask things that perhaps other people like to know.
Sure.
So how do you generate these leads? Do you go door to door? Do you cold call people? How do you get in touch with individuals?
Yeah, so I don't have to do any of that. The company does that for me. So they generate leads and basically send them to me the night before. And so I'll go and run those leads and then result them every evening, whether it's a sale or not, how much I bid it for and whatever. So the company knows if what I'm selling and all that. They have kind of insight into how good of a salesman I am. So they keep all notes on all that.
Nice, nice. For the record, how long have you been doing this sales job?
For this company, I've been there for about 8 years now.
Oh, so you've been doing this for longer though, outside of this company?
Oh man, I've been selling since I was about 8 years old. I remember when I was 8 years old, I used to sell Cokes and candies and all kinds of stuff out of a cooler I would drag around with me in the playground at the apartment complex I used to live at. And I make money doing that. Bought my first Nintendo off of the money I made off of that and helped mom pay rent. Single mom with 4 kids. So that's was my first job. And then selling. And then I would take trash out for little old ladies at the apartments that didn't want to run to the dumpster. So I'd charge them $1 to do it. So
That's
I've
nice.
always been kind of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people that either are in a type of role like yours are, or that that notice. It's like you can't, like, if you don't have it in you, kind of, like, it's not gonna work out. You gotta have it in you. Like, you can't be embarrassed. You have that drive.
Yeah, I think you got to be self-motivated for sure. That's going to help you a lot. And I remember when I was a little kid, my grandfather, he was always building businesses and investing money. He ran the Yellow Pages actually in San Antonio, and he owned a Reagen publishing company. And I remember when I was a little boy, and he sat me down on his lap and he gave me a quarter. And he said, "Tyler, I'm going to give you this quarter. You can take it and spend it, or you can leave it here." And he put it on the nightstand by his recliner. He said, "Or you can let it grow." I didn't really know what he meant by let it grow. I was about 6 years old. And so I figured, well, I'm going to find out what that means. So I went off to play and I came back about 5 minutes later and there were 2 quarters there. And he told me, "Now, Tyler, you can take these 2 quarters or you can watch it grow." And so I said, "I'm going to watch it grow. That means I might get another quarter."
Wow. How old were you?
about 6 years old. Yeah.
Dude, that is
So I came back and it was $1 bill there, and I grabbed it.
your patience can only go so far. That is a great example of showing people, children at a very early age, the concept, at least of not the immediate gratification, but just be patient. And I know you're not, I don't think of you as a materialistic person, of course. You never flaunted things in that manner, but just from an observation perspective. And so people get an idea, like, you're just like, not just somebody talking, I've been to your house, like, as you know, you have a very beautiful home. And I know you're very much into remodeling and things. So your house looks very nice. You have a pond in your backyard with live fish. I mean, your house is nice, man. So I know that you're not just any sales guy, okay? I know that you must be a pretty darn good seller. I don't know much about sales, but I know that you know what you're doing. That's as much as I can tell. So I also know that I think at one point you were in a 9-to-5 job, right? You haven't been doing sales all your life, right?
No, I haven't. I worked for the school district for quite a while, right out of high school, actually, for about 6 years. And I did that. I was a substitute teacher. I was a TA, admissions advisor. I did all kinds of jobs. And I loved teaching, but, the pay was just horrible. When the recession hit, I kind of thought things over and decided I wanted to make more money, and kind of took that risk. And that was the time to do it for me.
Wow. What was the hardest thing transitioning into, from a 9-to-5 job where you work X amount of hours, you get X amount of pay, into like an X? It's a variable. You don't know how much you're going to get in a sales job. Are you all commission, or do you have a little bit of hourly in there?
No, it's all commission, 100% commission. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was scary at first. I really had to believe in what I was selling. So I really got to know the company, the product, the manufacturer, all of that, before I felt like, this is something I believe in and I would buy, definitely. So, and then I looked at it as, I'm actually offering a service to people. I have the best product, best price, warranty. This is something that is really going to help a lot of people save money, on electricity, and that just motivates you to believe in that product and to know it's going to help other people. So and then also it helped me to realize that I was going to be working about half the amount of time and making a lot more that I was making. Of course, the first couple of years, the transition was a little hard. I had a lot to learn. So I made about the same I would have made substitute teaching in about half the time. But then after that, I got the swing of things, and, just started making a lot more and getting used to things. So.
That's interesting. I like how you outlined the fact that you don't just do it for the money. You say you're working for this employer because you believe in their product, and you believe that it's a great product and that people can benefit from it. And just to give a little more context, I've benefited from it, right? The evidence is like behind me, and it is a great product. And I love that because there's more to it than just what you get in return. It's what you give. So I love that you made those statements. Tyler, I'm going to ask the question, okay? I know some of the people watching are probably a little curious. You don't have to answer it, but I'm going to ask you. Being in sales, what was your highest earning month? And if possible, what does that number look like? Don't give me exact dollar amount. Just say,
well,
that range.
I went from getting paid monthly with the school district to getting paid weekly on sales commission only. And I remember one week, I think I pulled in about $10,000. So that was kind of nice.
Wait. How much?
About $10,000. Yeah, I pulled in. It was a big job that I had sold. So I got a nice commission check from that. But yeah, I think for that whole month, I don't know, I must have pulled in maybe about $20,000 for that month. So that was a real good month. Yeah.
What are you selling again? Are these things legal? I don't know. So okay, when you say pull in, does that mean like overall sales of the product, or that's your commission only?
That's just my commission. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I sell well over $1 million every year in product. So yeah, my commission is, based off of window count is what my commission is based off of, not necessarily a percentage. So product count is more what I go for.
But, and at the same time, which, I mean, that's congratulations, man. That's a huge. At the same time, if this would be something easy, a lot more people would be doing it. So you may make it look easy, but I don't actually think that's the case, man. I think to pull those type of numbers, you have to have a gift. You have to have a thing for it. Like you said, since you were a child, your family was helping you understand how some of these things actually work in the grown-up people world. So yeah, numbers like that. Like I said, I don't know much about sales, but you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's true. I do train all the new sales staff, so I can tell you people that have come in and out of the company, and it does take a certain amount of person. I actually was training a new person today, and he was asking me about my closing ratio and things like that. I don't really tell people unless they ask, but I am the highest closing ratio in all the offices in the U.S. Under my owner. And I have been for probably about the past 6 years. So I'm real proud of that. But yeah, it's personality, confidence, knowing your product, knowing your customer, knowing when not to talk, a lot of things. But basically, I think you really just have to know people. I think that's the best thing. And I always tell people too, when I'm training them, is to be yourself. People always can tell if you're being genuine or not. And that really allows them to have a lot more confidence in what you're saying and what you're doing. Because, construction on your home, it's a big deal. A lot of people don't know a whole lot about windows. They've never bought them before. So, if you can make them feel comfortable with everything and you're able to answer their questions. And if you can't, well, then, look it up and figure it out and get back with them. I think that always helps to make make them feel comfortable, make everything go easy for them. And that's when people start trusting you. And especially when you have a great price and, product and warranty, that always helps too.
Wow. Dude, you just dropped a bunch of gems on us right now. Gonna have to go back to this video and replay it for my own personal gain. But that's crazy, man. Wow. And yeah, I mean, like time is becoming so much more valuable. The older I get, the more valuable my time is. So when I think about, man, I have to give, like 15 hours of my day to this company and I get X in return. And then I look at people like you that I can work nothing today. I don't have to work today, or I can work 5 hours today and make nearly as much or make more. That's just, it's crazy, but it comes with its risks. And you got to be somebody that's willing to take those risks and somebody that's actually good at doing this. So I can only commend you. Wow, I'm very impressed. And just to wrap things up right now, because we don't want to make this go too long, what are some pieces of advice, the two biggest things that you would like to give somebody that perhaps is already in sales and wants to do better, or somebody that is not in sales, let's say they're working a 9 to 5, like for example myself, and would like to go into a sales only or like commission only type of job? What are the biggest two pieces of advice you want to give them?
Yeah, I would say for somebody that's looking into going into sales, doing your investigation first, make sure you know that company, that product, that you feel comfortable with what you're doing. You don't want to be selling something that you wouldn't buy yourself or you don't believe in. I'd also say somebody that's in sales already, be yourself. Do you, don't try to imitate somebody else. You can, use different things that you've learned from other people, but be genuine to who you are. I think that helps a lot. I'd also say for me personally, I've been with this company for 8 years. I work about 20, 25 hours a week. So I don't work, nearly what I was doing, working for the school district. And I'd say too, to be balanced about it too, money is not everything. I do a lot of volunteer work that I'm very proud of and that fulfills me, selling windows. I appreciate that and I help people. But, I also enjoy doing other things. And so I think you have to be real balanced. Money doesn't buy everything. Spend time with your family, with your friends. That's how to really have a really successful, fulfilling life too. So there's a limit to, I don't need to work 40 hours a week. I don't feel like my happiness is going to increase with more money at that point. So that's what I would say, to be balanced about it. Once, you start making your money and you're paying off your house and your car and you've got everything that you need, start spending more time with people you love and starting, hanging out with your friends and seeing what you can do for other people. I say that's real important.
Wow, man. It's amazing, dude. I love it. And yeah, the more I talk to people that are, that I consider successful, and a lot of people may consider successful, it seems like it's a trend that they're not out there just chasing, money or income. It seems like their priorities are different, and that comes along eventually automatically. And
Yeah.
it seems like it's happening to you as well, because by the way you carry yourself, like I said, you never flaunted things like, oh, look at this, look at that. And I've known you for some time. So I can tell you that that's not part of your character, which is awesome.
Yeah, you can really go crazy with that and wanting more and more and trying to, make everything bigger and bigger. And, it's just never ends if you have that mindset. So you got to know, you got to know when it's enough and when you're good and, start, you're satisfied and you can start seeing what you can do for other people. So that's real important. And, some people don't learn that for many years. So it's good to learn it, when you're younger, I think too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tyler, I really appreciate your time. Like you said, time is very valuable. So I thank you for your investment here of this time. And yeah, hopefully this helps out a lot of people that are perhaps in similar situations that want to move into something different. And perhaps sales is their calling per se. But thank you so much. Thank you for being
Yeah, thank you.
interview and Bracket Mentor.
Thanks. I want to thank you too for doing this. I think it's a real cool idea and help a lot of people out to kind of see what they want to do. And I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and they can call you if they have questions, right?
Oh yeah. Only if they want to buy windows.
Wow. There's the salesy parts of you. All right. Hey, well, Tyler, thanks so much, and I'll catch you around.
All right.
Next
Thanks.
time, folks. Thanks for watching.